Hey, good morning. This is Jeff Bounds, head of automotive with Cardone Automotive Resources, and this is the 10X Automotive Weekly. It's great to be back with you guys today. Have a really interesting session in front of us here about learning how to sell to different personality styles. Communication is one of the most important things that you can master, not only in the sales business, but just in life. But with that being said, I just want to start off with a few things. I mean, there's been so many things going on in the past week, in the world, and with this coronavirus outbreak and everything else. And I just want you guys to know that, we here at Cardone Automotive Resources are here for you. We want to be the beacon of light. We want to be that person in your life that's going to be able to contribute and be able to get your mind right and keep you focused on what's important. Thanks, Johnny. Sorry about that. A little squeaky there. To keep your mind right and to keep you focused, man. I mean, look, like people train to play a sport or like you train to be in the military, you got to train your mind to be strong enough to weather the storm. And, with the opportunity that I've had to actually be here with Grant and through my career and at a very young age, dedicating myself to lifelong learning, dedicating myself to training my mind every single day, I feel confident that all of us are going to be able to break through this and be able to move forward. It's just how do we get from where we are today to where do we need to be once this is over. So if you didn't have a chance to tune in yesterday, I had a session, 10X Automotive Summit. It was just like an hour show. We were supposed to actually have a full day event here at the 10X headquarters in Miami, but because of the CDC and the restrictions and everything going on, we made the determination that it wouldn't be a wise move to actually have people come into the building here. So we had a summit yesterday, a short session on, how can you break through the noise in the automotive industry and how can you do whatever it takes to be able to go from where you are today to where you need to be in such a difficult circumstance. So I want to start this show off just by kind of recapping what we spoke about yesterday. And we talked about three things. First of all, I don't know what the current situation is at your dealership. I don't know if, geography in different regions, maybe some of your stores are closed, maybe some of your service lanes are open. But really at the end of the day, you have to think outside of the box. So the one thing that I can tell you for sure is that the majority of you are still servicing your customers. You still have cars coming through the service lane. So this is your opportunity to take that opportunity to engage with those individuals and actually find out if you can give them an opportunity to upgrade their car. Now look, not everybody's going to be interested. Some people are going to be offended that you're asking them this at this particular time. But at the end of the day, everybody has to make a living. And you have to be able to get through the barrier of not having anybody to talk to changing the mindset and leveraging the service lane, going into your customer database and mining, using an equity mining platform to be able to find people that you can engage with that would be in a position to upgrade their vehicle and better themselves, better their lives. Because look, at the end of the day, they're still making a payment anyway. They're making a payment every single month. Maybe they're making a payment to bring their car through service. So if they're going to make the payment and you can reach out and obviously check in with them, make sure that you have empathy for their situation, but also let them know, hey, due to the current situation today, the majority of the manufacturers are going to be rolling out some of the most impressive deals that have ever been out in the automotive industry. So if you can provide that opportunity, I guarantee you there's still people out there that want the deal. So definitely engage with them that way. The other thing, and the second point that I want you to focus on right now is the phone. So for those of you that are on Cardone On Demand, we have one of the most robust sections of how to master the phone. Get on that today, get great on the phone. Like I was talking about yesterday, the economy has been amazing. The automotive industry has, kept going like this. So now we've had like a bump in the road. So we're not going to have people coming into the showroom. We're not going to have the same amount of traffic in service. So now you have to be creative and be proactive and not reactive. Pick up the phone, start calling people into your database, and find out where there's opportunities. Maybe they're not going to buy today. Maybe they're, trying to figure out if the world's going to end tomorrow. I can promise you it's not. I can promise you we're going to break through this and the people that are going to be committed and to push through the noise and find another way to be able to build your pipeline through this time period. Once this breaks, you're going to be the one that's moving forward and everybody else is going to be starting over again. So everything that we train, everything that we talk about, now it becomes real. Now you have to really find out if this is entrenched in your brain and you're ready to go to war. Because we are in war right now. We're in war with something that's uncontrollable. Now, when people try to make a decision and they're on the fence and the uncertainty comes in, it throws a big wrench in the whole situation. So what I always talk about is there's an acronym called FUD, F-U-D. That stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And what I can tell you right now is all three of those are in people's mind. People are afraid because they don't have certainty. They have doubt of what's going to happen tomorrow. What I can tell you is you can control how you respond to things, but you can't control what happens in life. Focus on today to make today the best day of your life. Focus today of getting your mind right. Pick up a book like a 10X Rule. Pick up another motivational book. Work now on your sales skills. Work on how to be great. Get your mind off the news. Get your mind off of things that are going to bring you down. You don't have control of what they're talking about. Eventually, we're going to break through it, but you have to be focused. You have to be laser focused on being positive and getting your mind right. I know it's very hard to do, but again, it's like I think about moment to moment. I think about day to day because look, in life, if you think about the past, you get depressed. If you think about the future, you get anxiety. If you're in the moment and you focus on getting your mind right, you can break through all of this. Another thing I want to say is I want to thank everyone here for us being able to put this show on every single week. I mean, we love to be able to bring value to you guys, and I've had a lot of people reach out and thank me personally for doing this show every single Friday. And it's just my hope is, to give you some takeaways that once you watch this, it'll give you a positive, flow moving forward. So I want to thank a few people. I want to thank the video team for doing this every single week and bringing this out to you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. I want to thank Anna Stepanchenko. I love you. I appreciate everything that you've done to make this happen. And I want to thank the other team here at Cardone Automotive Resources. So with that being said, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about personality styles. So the reality is everybody looks at the world in a different way. So it's all communication. So if you guys aren't familiar, there's different testing out there. There's one that we're going to talk about today called the DISC method, D-I-S-C. And if you haven't taken this test, I strongly recommend that you do. Because not only are our customers buyers, communicators in a different way based on their personality style, but so are you. So you have to know what is your personality style, and you have to know what everybody else's personality style is. You got to figure out a way where everything can be intertwined, because at the end of the day, that's what's called rapport. So if you don't know how to communicate with a driver type personality, if you don't know how to communicate with an analytical type of personality or a control freak, you're going to constantly be in an abrasive mode. You're not going to be able to move forward. We talked about this last week in regards to the greeting. This is the next level. This is, okay, you've had the greeting, you've introduced yourself, what can you get more information on? And then the communication begins. So to start off, let's go through what DISC represents, how this works in a personality style, and how you can roll this back in to make yourself a better communicator. So first and foremost, D stands for dominance, driver type personality. Okay? So if you're a driver type personality, you want bottom line. You want a fast process. You don't want idle chit chat. You want numbers, you want results. Most salespeople are high Ds because that is what drives you every single day to be that person that's regimented, straight to the point. You have a schedule, you have agenda, and you want to move forward. So what are the buying styles of a D personality, and how do they make decisions? So first and foremost, and the reason I'm telling you this is because you're going to start to see patterns when you talk to people. And now it's like you might say, oh man, this guy's a grinder, this guy's hard to deal with. But then you're going to understand, okay, when that comes in and I see that they want the bottom line, they want results, they want the best deal, you got to know how to respond back to them to keep the conversation moving forward. So first and foremost, they want a fast sales process. They don't want to waste time. They probably want to do the deal over the phone. They want to get everything completed. They want to come in. These are the people that don't want to go through the finance office. They want you to do the paperwork ahead of time. Driver personality. They're independent. They only want the facts. And look, they take risk because they make decisions like this. They want to make it happen and they're going to roll. I mean, they want to be the one that's going to get somebody's attention. They want to be the first person. These are the individuals, when the new model comes out, they want to be the first to have it. They're very image conscious. That's the driver. Then you go into the influence. People that like to talk. That's the I personality style. So these are people that they like other people. They want to be popular. They're optimistic about what's going on. They're going to talk your ear off. You're trying to go through the presentation and they're telling you about their vacation and how it was and the cruise and this and that and their family and how they grew up down the road. You know, the people that just won't shut up. That's that personality style. So you need to know how to communicate with them. You need to be able to see what they're talking about and then understand how to communicate with them. Then you have the S personality style, which is essentially the steady-go-lucky. You know, they're going to do everything that they've always done. They're going to double check everything that you give them. You give them a number. I got to shop around. I got to check with my accountant. You know, they want to be considerate. They want to be communicated with in a way that's very consistent and not like a hard sell and things like that. They're looking for a sounding board. They're going to ask their family. They're going to ask their friends and everybody else, is this the right decision for me to make? You need to know how to handle them. Then you have the C-type personality, which is like your quintessential accountant numbers person. And what they want is a lot of information. They want to run the lease numbers. They'll bring their computer in and try to run the lease right there in front of you. They don't want to have risks. They want to analyze everything to the point where it's almost like analysis paralysis, right? They're very slow. These are people that you're not going to push through the deal. They're going to take their time. They might be a 60, 90-day sales cycle. That's that sort of personality style. And look, they just want the facts and the details. And if you don't give them that, then you're going to lose them and you're going to move on. So my question to you is when you talk to your customers, do you see these patterns and do you morph your sales process to blend in with how these customers are interacting? I'd love to hear that. Throw that in the chat. It would be really interesting to hear how you're handling that because most salespeople don't know how to communicate with these different type of personality styles. So communicating with a D-type personality, right? You don't want to ramble or waste time. You want to stay right on task, whatever they ask for, answer it, give them the details, continue to move them forward. Don't give them idle chit-chat and provide alternatives and choices, right? And they want the bottom line. Always remember, they want the bottom line, give it to them. The I-type personality, they're going to talk about the ideas and goals, talk about, hey, how would this affect you and your family? How could you see yourself using the vehicle? Get really into, how they want to be communicated with family, career, vacation. These are the people that you give the idle chit chat with. You want to put everything in writing with them. Write them down. Grant always talks about one thing. People believe what they see, not what they hear. So put it in writing because if you're talking to them, they're probably going to become disengaged. They want to see it. They want to run analysis on it. So in looking at these different personality styles, what I would first recommend is take a test so you know what your own personality style is. Now for the GMs, the dealer principals, business owners, who's ever on this call today, if you are not doing this through the hiring process, you're making a crucial mistake. First and foremost, the ideal salesperson is going to be a DI personality style. These are the people that you want to target. When you get the S's and you get the C's, it's going to be hard to work with them just because of the fact that, again, they don't have the characteristics that are natural for a salesperson. They're a little bit more difficult to work with. And at the end of the day, people always retract back to how they see the world. So hire the go-getters, the D, the I type of personalities. So run them on the people that you're hiring, run them on the other individuals that are inside the dealership as well so you know how your coworkers are. I've got to the point, I don't need to run tests. I can pretty much tell just by having a conversation with somebody and spending time with them what their personality style is, and I try to communicate to them in a way that they want to be communicated. So with that being said, how do people want to be communicated? People are either visual, they got to see it, they're auditory, they got to hear it, or they're kinesthetic, they need to get involved in the deal, hold it, go through, press the buttons and all that kind of stuff. You need to watch that, you need to morph to it and move forward. So I'm not asking you to be a psychiatrist, I'm not asking you to be a psychologist. All I'm saying is be aware to what's going on, to know how to work with these folks, to be able to communicate to the different personality styles. So one of the things that I would love to know of those of you on the call that are in the dealer right now, what are the biggest challenges that you're facing? What are you hearing? What are some things that we can help out with? We don't have the capability today for you to call in, but feel free to hit the chat, and I'd be more than happy to address those for you. Look, moving forward and what we have going on right now in the marketplace, I know it's not easy, but pick up a book. If you're a Cardone on-demand customer, here's what I throw out to you. I will do a free virtual sales rally for your store, no obligation, just because I want to give back to my customers. So reach out to me at jeff@grantcardone.com, and I'd be happy to do a virtual sales rally for your team. It'll be like 30 to 45 minutes. Whatever you're challenged with, whatever you need information on, whatever you need help, is it motivation, is it phones, is it follow-up, is it how to work the service lane, whatever you need, I'm gonna help you focus on that to get you to move forward. And then another offer that I have out for you is, if you, right now, it's the most important time ever to be training. It's the most important time ever to have accountability with your people. You can't rely on the fact that they're going to stay engaged. You must make sure that they stay in alignment with what they need to do, the direction moving forward, and not let them go out of control. So what we have rolled out here at Cardone Automotive Resources, we have a coaching program. Now, everybody has a coach, whether you're a professional athlete, you're an entertainer, whatever you're doing in life and you're performing at a high level, you're going to have a coach. And that person needs to keep you in check, keep your mind right, and be able to check in with you every single week. So what we've rolled out, and Johnny, if you could throw this on the screen here, I want you guys to see this because we've reduced this dramatically because look, I know times are tough, but we've reduced this dramatically to make it affordable to be able to roll this out inside of your dealership to help work with you arm in arm to keep your people engaged, keep them motivated, give them a plan, a roadmap of how to move forward with what's going on today. So there's two options. This program originally is $2,495 a month. We're doing this for $495 a month twice. 2 calls in the month, $495. If you want us every single week, $995. What we're going to do on these calls is we have 20 customized workbooks that we've built out here. If we put all these together, it's like almost over 600 pages of strategies, exercises, practicals to keep your people engaged and to get them to move forward. We have workshops here at our headquarters in Miami. I don't know when I'm going to be able to have a workshop again, but I know for sure that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I know I can jump on the web and I know I can train your team. We have a phone sales masterclass that we have that I can deliver for you over a virtual meeting. We have a secrets to closing the sale virtual meeting. We have a mastering objections virtual meeting. I can do all of this online, get your people engaged, get them to the point where now this becomes real. Now they have to train. Now they have to get better at what they're doing, and we're committed to help you with that. We are giving back to you. For those of you that are in the automotive business, now guys, this is just for automotive dealers. If you're not on Cardone On Demand, I will also give you a free 7-day trial run of the virtual platform to get your people in there. You can go inside of it. It's great information in there. Now, 10X rule, strongly recommend it. But the book that if you pick up today, wherever you want to pick up books, it's called If You're Not First, You're Last. If you read this book, Grant wrote this when it was the last downturn, when it was, when Lehman collapsed and everything else, the financial sector, and everything works in cycles. So if you read this book, it's almost like Grant is talking to you today, because everything that he is speaking about is what we're experiencing right now. That's why I say, get into books, read about how people have been able to adapt and move forward. Read about the people that know how to set the proper mindset, not just today, not just during the situation that we have now. This is a gut check, everybody. This is a gut check to understand that everything isn't always going to be perfect. There's going to be bumps in the road. The reason you need to train every single day, the reason you need to keep your mind right, the reason you need to think in a 10X mentality is because when the shit hits the fan, you got to be ready. And we got to be ready today. Have you made enough calls? Have you been able to put enough money away to sustain yourself during this period? Have you put in the work ethic? Have you become a master at your craft? Are you committed? I am focused to help anybody that's committed on this call. You can email me at jeff@grantcardone.com. I will help you any way that I can. The only thing that I can help you with is what you do inside. This is an inside job, guys. You got to be able to do a checkup from the neck up and make sure that you can focus. Get off this call today. Do something different. Turn off the news. Pick up a book, get inside of Cardone On Demand, get yourself motivated and pumped up every single day. And I promise you that we're going to have a call the next couple weeks. This is going to flatten out. It's going to be business as usual again. And for those of you that are committed to breaking through the noise, getting your game tight, getting your mind right, and pushing through, you're going to end up on top, and you'll be stronger. You'll be a different person after this is over. And you'll be 10X. So I appreciate everybody's time today on this call on the 10X Automotive Weekly, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, if you need anything, reach out to me, Jeff@grantcardone.com. Have an awesome Friday.